Welcome back to the Sfl Draft of 2022. We had a great first round. Now we head on to the second round, and the Jaguars are on the clock.
With the first pick of the second round, 7th pick of the draft, the Jaguars select Zach Sweet, utility.
Oh, what a way to start off the second round. Zach Sweet is going to the Jaguars, and he had a pretty good prospect game. Let's look at his interception he had. He sees the blitz coming, knows the ball's up in the air, goes up and gets that. For a little guy, he's got some hops. Nice hands there, and this is where he was big in the prospect game. He had a couple nice returns, sees the ball rolling. He's got great speed. Cuts inside. He really follows his blockers well. It's like he's a little running back out there. Again, here's another good return by Zach Sweet. I just like how smooth his cuts are when he's running. And we'll talk about a player comparison. And a player comparison is his own teammate, Joey Flagg. The way they can use him right here, Joey Flagg fighting off a defender in Simon Reese, one of the best, probably the best defender in the league. Gets a short pass, coming up big on that first down catch there in the championship. Joey Flagg is very good at being explosive, turning these little crossing patterns into huge plays. Here's them in the championship of 2020. Takes that all the way to the house, and that's a way they can use Zach Sweet. Little short routes, and he could be turned to that big play guy.
With the second pick of the second round, 8th pick of the draft, the Goblins select Basil, wide receiver, defensive back.
All right, for the second pick of the second round, we got the Goblins selecting Basil. I heard from scouts he is a very good athlete, and he's very tall, and that's what the Goblins can need. They need more athletes. Hopefully, he could show up and produce for this team, as this team really needs it right now. But they look like they're building something good for the future.
With the third pick of the second round, 9th pick of the draft, the Cobras select Tommy Shepard, wide receiver, defensive back.
All right, here. I like this pick for the Cobras. Not much film on Tommy Shepard, as he did not go to the prospect game. But he does have good chemistry with both Reese brothers, and hopefully he could contribute to this team that has lost some pieces, but can hopefully go back to the championship.
With the 4th pick of the second round, 10th pick of the Sfl Draft, the Jaguars select Mike Bogosian, wide receiver, defensive back.
All right, very, very surprising pick here. Matt Richardson is still on the board, and the Jaguars decide to go Mike Bogosian, I don't know how to say his name, but he was a second to fourth rounder in that range, and the Jaguars think maybe reach a little with this pick, but we'll see.
With the 5th pick of the second round, 11th pick of the Sfl Draft, the Honey Badgers select Matt Richardson, tight end, linebacker.
And there he goes, off the board to the Honey Badgers. Matt Richardson, who had a huge prospect game. Here's some of his highlights. Look at this. We're talking about that great hands and catching traffic. 2 guys, goes up and gets it, and has enough awareness and agility to spin away without getting tagged and bring that for a touchdown. One of the best plays of the prospect game, I have to say. Right here, a little short crossing pattern. He runs. He goes up, makes the play, and look at that move. He's a big guy, but he's got some good moves for a tight end. And it's going to be interesting watching him in this Honey Badgers offense. And here's his play. 3 guys around him, makes the catch. Don't know what the defenders were doing, but let's talk about a player comparison. And also on his team, very similar, Mark Crothers. And why are they similar players? Just the hands. They both seem like they got great hands. Mark Crothers is an underrated player in the SFL, does not get talked about. This is going back all the way to 2019. One of the best plays of that year, that conversion catch. Mossing, Hall of Famer Mark Clayman. And right here, we can't forget about this play. Look at this snag, and he sended the Honey Badgers to move on to the National Division Final. First playoff win in franchise history. All thanks to Mark Crothers and his insane hands on that pick 6. I'm excited to see what Matt Richardson can do for this Honey Badgers squad.
With the last pick of the second round, 12th pick of the Sfl Draft, the Mustangs select Mo Valandry, wide receiver, defensive back.
All right. We did not see much of Mo Valandry, even though he did attend the prospect game. He wasn't targeted really that much. He had 1 catch. But before the prospect game in the warm-ups, he was doing everything. He was making some one-handed catches. He had a nice one-handed interception in the warm-up that I saw. Who knows? Not a very risky prospect here. I think he could be good, especially with the Mustangs. And I know Squib said he was looking to trade some of his rookies that he drafted. So maybe Mo Valandry could be a steal for a different team or a steal for the Mustangs. But anyways, that's it. That concludes the second round, and we will see you in round 3.